Alright folks, welcome to another Titan Vial League. Continuing to develop this brand new deck still. Can we still call it brand new? I think it's still brand new. So let's fire it up. Today's stream is gonna be with the same list as yesterday. Still trying to try some Oriok champions, and this hand is great. So let's keep it. JPG with the Prime sub. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold, my friend. Appreciate your support. First subscriber of the day. Thank you. So another bet. Ooh, that's cool. So we're gonna get to Thalia on two, which is pretty sick. Oh, don't have it bold. Excuse me? Delvery Modern? B Bracer 156. Thank you so much for that the tier 1 sub. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold as well. For the full year. The full year. 12 months. Hell yeah. Thank you so much for that. Thalia, your turn. So I think we're gonna see a main phase activation here. Sleight of hand. Pog. Stoneforge. Holy crap. Opponent's living the dream out there. God damn. Okay. Do Forest Reclaimer, attack with Thalia. We have a couple of options here. We can go get Castle, or we can go get Flagstones. Both seem like reasonable options. I think I'm gonna go for Flagstones here. I think we do have time still. We can't attack because of the skull. That's fine, I think. Sure. Just hold up double Reclaimer activation. What are your thoughts on using Karn instead of Thalia? Seems like you're using just a cyber that would be Karn based. That's a good, interesting thought. That JPG. It has a couple of issues though. Like Karn doesn't work within your curve, which is a little bit of a problem. You do a Ladamber Skull for Thalia a non-zero amount of the time. That's also an interesting aspect of it. It's not a very strange line to go ahead and just go get a Thalia. But yeah, there's also the fact that Karn doesn't do anything. Like one of the big reasons. Excuse me? All right, my opponent's living the dream over there. One of the biggest reasons for wanting Thalia in the deck in the first place is because it does stuff against the combo matchups, which we do struggle against. And Karn doesn't. So we double block here. My opponent's not going to be able to equip next turn, so that's good for us. Yeah, this seems good. Get that tapped. Now we're gonna get... We could get second Flagstones. Sure. Second Flagstones. Activate. Snow plains. And what do I want to do here? Just get field. Yeah. Still not in amazing shape here. Also with I2 Lightning Bolt, which is not great. But we should be in fine shape barring that specifically. So we probably beat anything that is not exactly Lightning Bolt, because we're going to be able to raise them faster. Ilatesksi, thank you for the follow. So yeah, so we beat everything that's not exactly Lightning Bolt, basically. I want to see opponent play Embercleave, I know. Can I show the next prelims? Yes, I can. You're gonna have to give me a second. Hope we can show the next prelims. There's one in 1 hour. All right, do you have exactly Bolt? Please no slow rolls. Thank you. Kimpoch83 with a tier 1 sub. For the 12 months again. Thank you so much for that. Helix. Wow. 1 full year, Kimpochi. Thank you. Lost to Embercleave on Goiv today was magical. I don't think you can even be upset about something like that. You just embrace it. Night of Autumn, maybe? Gargoyle sounds good. Nylea doesn't. This doesn't. This doesn't. We could bring in our champion or Eidolon. I don't think I want to be doing that though. This is the best Titan deck in Modern right now. It is a Titan deck that is better against the metagame. I don't think this deck is better than Amulet. I think it just attacks the metagame in a more effective way than Amulet does, while Amulet kind of folds to the current metagame. It's been nice looking. Titan takes its many different forms. Each one is in its own way. Yeah, hell yeah. Is it time to rob the champions? Maybe. Maybe. I don't think that I want them in this matchup specifically, but I think they're a fine sideboard card you have access to. Guess I forgot to click on my submit deck. That's very weird. I'll assume that I did click on the submit button. Anyway. Sure. It's kind of an awkward hand. We're on the play though, so that's nice. And Thalia is pretty solid against my opponent's sleight of hand deck. Maybe they will have Spell Snare? That would be interesting. Oh yeah. A Thalia Path to Exile combo deck. Love this deck. I think I'm gonna put it together online. Nice, nice. Very happy to hear that. Glad that you've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying it myself. So if they get, I assume they're gonna get Batter Skull because that's what they did like last turn. And if they do, then I think I'm just gonna path this Stoneforge main phase, unless I draw something else. It's not a good draw. So they're clearly not playing Blood Moon because their mana base just kinda does not support it. But as long as we prevent them from getting ahead on board, I think that we're gonna be fine. Mantis Rider would be pretty bad for us actually here. But everything buried exactly, Mantis Rider should be fine. Taking a solid amount of damage. That's rough. Oof, Fire and Ice. This has to be a bolt, right? It is a bolt. Alright, so we're gonna get to call. Probably for Dryad, I think. Call for Dryad. Play second Thalia. So I guess anything that could answer this Golos will force them to tap out. So I want to play the Golos first, because if they play the Golos, then I can attack. If they counter the Golos, I mean, then I can attack. And Field or Valakut is the question here. I think it's going to be Valakut because he gives us more options. Okay, so we're not going to attack. It's pretty rough that our opponent had the second Stoneforge. Like if they hadn't had the second copy of Stoneforge, we would be so far ahead here. Even if they had had something like a Mantis Rider, we would be very much fine. But exactly Stoneforge Mystic allows our opponent to do exactly what they needed to do here, which is to put a threat in play and to mess us up. Is this path? Can work with the path to exile. Snow covered forest. Huh. It's pretty interesting actually. Alright, so they force the chomp here, which is kind of annoying. Of course, because otherwise they like the they just kill the Thalia with the sword trigger, so they're effectively forcing the chomp block. I know that I could play Prime Time, but this plays around more stuff, basically. And I play the Ghost Quarter first because it plays around my opponent's... I guess I shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake. Yeah, definitely a mistake to play the Ghost Quarter there. I don't know why I did that. Always yes, always yield. Path. GQ on flexing for triggers? Hell yeah. Three, 1, 2, 3. Player on Mana Leak. Doesn't play on Gust, unfortunately. Should I get double field here? We can also get field Vesuva. Would the GST be too good for this deck? Yes, it would be. I think they just gives you more options. And I could play the Dryad here, but I think I'm gonna hang in there. Hold on to this Vesuva in hand. We make some zombies, which my opponent cannot get through now. And depending on how they sequence here, we can blow them out. Yeah, so my opponent messed up here. The way that they're supposed to do this is, the way this interaction works is you should first activate the Stoneforge, then you hold priority, and then you bounce the Valak. You activate the Battle Skull ability, right? Because the way that this happens, like now the Battle Skull is going to go to my opponent's hand, but they can't vial it in. If they activate the Stoneforge ability first and they hold priority, the ability is already on the stack. And we are now, all I have to do is, now I actually have to answer the Battle Skull, not the Stoneforge. But the way that my opponent did it, the way that they sequenced it, they allowed me to just pass the Stoneforge in order to blow them out. So that was definitely a mistake. It is a very, very common interaction in Legacy. You see that happening in Legacy all the time, or you used to see that happening in Legacy all the time. Now not so much anymore because Stoneforge is not really, it's not really that good anymore. But I learned that in Spike's chat like a week ago. Great tip, yeah, for sure, for sure. That is just proper Stoneforge sequencing. But it is extremely easy to miss. It's extremely easy to miss. And obviously it only works with exactly Battle Skull, right? Stone 4 fetches Elks. I don't see why it could be that. That's funny. I was confused why people did it, but it's just not, I'm just not a Stoneforge player. Yeah, no, it's very real. It's definitely very, very real. And it's a powerful interaction, and it's just proper sequencing. I think I'm gonna keep this hand. I'm not psyched about it though. Definitely not psyched about it. Now this hand is great. Yeah, kind of, right? We went from, not so sure about this hand to, oh, actually this hand is the nuts. Imagine want to see a Stoneforge here, because that's what my opponent's been doing every single game. Like, no one has adapted Rasta versus Prowess deck. I don't like it as a Prowess player. Oh, it's really good against Prowess specifically. It also has uses against control as well. Man, we have been on the play. Oh, really? That's their line here? Okay. So now I feel very far ahead. Now I feel very far ahead. One is like fetching and shocking, like there's no tomorrow. Fetching and shocking like there's no tomorrow. It's too late for that one, unfortunately. We could play Courser here. Now I'm gonna play Dryad. I think I'm gonna play Vesuva, copying my Radiant Fountain. That's not right. Copying their Hallowed Fountain. No, actually copying my Radiant Fountain is correct. Copying Steam Bends as a mountain. Yep. Something we could do. Because of how they fetched, now if they answer the Dryad, they cannot activate Stoneforge to play in Batterskull. So interesting fetch there. So I'm going to lead on Courser. Nice. Land number 1. Land number 2. Cast Thalia. Punished for copying my Radiant Fountain, obviously. Feels bad, man. Okay, so here comes the skull. Unless they equip a sword onto this, I'm just gonna take this. This is not particularly threatening. So if we find a Titan, a Valakut, any of those cards, we should be okay. It is actually pretty threatening too. They're gonna need to have a bolt for that one. Still, I feel like I'm at a comfortable-ish life total. My opponent having Stoneforge every single game has made this match a lot tougher than I would seem like it would go most of the time. But it's okay. Brazen Borrower, bounce my Dryad. Okay. Out of all the lines that they could have taken there, that is far and away the most confusing one. Another Stoneforge. Okay, now we are actually approaching problematic territory, potentially. Now we are potentially approaching problematic territory. They still have to answer this Reclaimer. Like, if we get to untap with this Reclaimer, the game is going to be immediately over. But if their plan is to spend their turn, like they have to bolt right now. They have to answer this Reclaimer with exactly Lightning Bolt right now. Unless they don't want to Sword, which means that we can just take this Germ attack once again. Brutal. Yeah, that's rough. Fortunately for us, this is not a good Sword against us. Like, we can play around this Sword very easily. It's Feast and Famine, the one that we really care about. This Thalia is doing some work here. This Thalia definitely is doing some serious work. So if they do equip the sword, which is probably not the best line for them, then I'm probably going to chump with the Courser. Thalia is very good nowadays. Yep. Thalia is pretty solid in Modern. Honestly, a lot of why we're still in this game is because my opponent used an Abrade on the Aether Vial instead of leaving it for Thalia or something. They found 3 removal spells, and they were able to answer 2 of my Reclaimers. Would it be bad to trade Courser and Thalia? Well, if they equip the sword, then yes. I don't think my opponent's playing Lava Dart. If there's just an attack with Germ, I don't care. You see, Thalia is just doing so much work. That is the thing about Thalia, is like, it's sometimes you cannot really see effectively how much work the card is doing. But very often it's doing a lot more work than you think it is doing. Imagine caring about your colors of mana. Very unfortunate that we drew a land that has the name. We have very, very few lands that we would draw that would not trigger our field in this board state. But we were unlucky enough to find one of the 2 Temple Gardens that do that. There's 2 Temple Gardens and 1 Forest. Those are literally the only... even Flagstones would be good, because Flagstones would allow us to sack to go get another basic Plains. So, yeah, we had exactly 3 lands in our deck that don't trigger Field of the Dead here, and we were unlucky enough that we drew exactly that. So, definitely unfortunate. Definitely quite unfortunate. I think we're going to chump with the Courser. Their life total doesn't really matter. Once we turn the corner, we're going to, like, really, really turn the corner, so... Whoo! There we go. There we go. And I'm gonna go after the Flagstones here, the Stoneforge, because it forces action on my opponent. Oh, that's it? They have nothing? Well, that's GG's. Get a basic Plains. Kill the Skull. If this resolves, the game is over. Yeah, alright, sweet. So we just win now. What could they have here? Lightning Bolt? But at this point, if they bolt my Dryad, then it just doesn't matter. So we are free to attack. Yeah, now we just stare the corner, we're fine. I don't think my opponent can win anymore. Unless something... Yeah, I don't know how my opponent wins this game anymore. Like Wrath of God. Like, if their Delver deck is playing Wrath, then maybe they can win. Oh, there's a Prime Time on top. I just noticed that. Tihi. Thalia was fantastic in this game. Thalia did insane amounts of work. A lot of that work went really like under the spotlight, but I guarantee that Thalia did ridiculous amount of work this game. Even with Wrath, I have Titan on top. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, even their best possible draw doesn't do anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We lead on Titan to force my opponent to use like an Aether Gust or something. And then in response, we use Reclaimer, we crack it, we go nuts. We're playing around Mana Leak here. Yeah, okay. Game officially over now. Valakut, Celestial Sanctuary. We are Dunsos. Even if they answer the Dryad with these triggers on the stack, we get to activate Reclaimer, get 2 more triggers from the Dryad. So, like, we're just done at that point. Easy. Delver in Modern. Nope. What do you think about we're back in this deck? No. No, it's not a reasonable inclusion. Whenever I look at cards to play in my deck, BLBA, whenever I look at new cards to play in the deck, I answer the questions, what issues does it fix? And why is it better than other cards that I'm playing? And what would I cut for it if it is good? Then if that card is better than what I'm currently playing. And Brought Back doesn't answer positively any of those 3 things. There's nothing I would cut for it. Doesn't fix any of the issues that this deck might have, and it doesn't do anything better than what I already have. So I don't think it's a card that you want. There's also the fact that it's white-white. Like, already, this is going to be really hard for us to cast. This is going to be really hard to cast. Thank you for the answer. Yeah, I mean, that is not to say. One thing that I wanna put very clear is, it's not that I'm saying don't try it out if you like the card, right? If you do like the card, by all means, like, just try it out. That's part of the fun of playing a new deck. I'm warping the meta. This is what warping the meta feels like, I guess. What was I gonna say? Cool deck, says my opponent. Yeah, this is the mirror. But yeah, I'm not discouraging you from trying it, as I was saying, BLBA. I'm just saying why I don't, if that makes sense. I'm not saying don't try it yourself. I'm just saying I won't because of this reason. If I play this Vial into my opponent, yeah, that's fine. Oh, I like my opponent. My opponent is fun. Opponent clearly an intellectual for playing the greatest deck in Modern. Facts. Those are just facts. Okay, so Vial goes up to 2 for them. What is this? Oh. Alright, so this is the chance that they have to get ahead here. But if we get to untap, we're probably gonna be in okay shape. Dryad. Okay. Okay. Down to 1 card left in hand. Attack's good. We're probably gonna activate Reclaimer here and bog them. This is kind of the nutter butters in the matchup, though. I mean, to be honest, it's the nuts in most matchups, so. But like now we're gonna get to go fetch Valakut, and we're gonna be able to trigger Valakut starting next turn, which means that we're gonna be able to wipe their board. So I think I like our position. 2, 3, 4. Unless I play main deck Mind Sensor. I don't think I should be playing around main deck Mind Sensor, but it's a fun thought experiment. It's a fun thought experiment. That Steve draw was very good, by the way. Gives me a chump block. It gets me up to Dryad amount of to Valakut amount of lands. Got a forest here. Now here we are. To be honest, Nylea could be pretty good here, huh? Nylea could be real good here. I think I'm gonna be faster than Nylea, though. I think I'm gonna be faster than Nylea. I think that's what we in the business call POG. Alright, so now the Nylea is definitely not going to be fast enough. So the only way that I lose this game is, I guess that maybe I did have a lethal line here. I think I might have had a lethal line here. Probably not going to matter though. Yeah, I think I did have... I still have a lethal line, actually. Still have a lethal line. My opponent says, ouch. And I tell them, indeed. Okay, Mind Sensor, Knight of Bottom, Path to Exiles. That's it. Nylea, Thalia, and... Garoth. I love how you killed a Dryad and thought you punted, but still just won. Yeah. I know. It's better that way. It is better that way. Holy crap, we have 131 viewers right now. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out today. Playing some good old Titan Vial. I guess it's not that old, but... You know how I am the most widely streaming on the platform? Facts. So this hand is quite slow. I guess it's not that slow, actually. Steve ramps me on turn 3, I get to call. Turn 4, I get Dryad. I think I'm gonna keep this. We don't have a Vial, though, which is pretty important in the matchup, but... Yep, opponent does have Vial. There's a superior player. Cannot Titan Vial properly, haven't won a game in 10 matches. Primer incoming, maybe? I wrote an article about it, Tom. Probably gonna have to play around Mind Sensor here. Ugh, these are not good draws. I think I'm gonna have to play around Mind Sensor here, unfortunately. I guess it doesn't matter too much. Ugh, my opponent has the correct art at Amber Skull. Good for them. Good job, OP. It depends on their hand, but it's not crazy for them to go get a Reclaimer here. So an updated Amulet, no nonsense list from today's meta, probably without Vial. I have not played Amulet since I started working on Titan Vial, so honestly I'm a little bit behind on that. All I know is that I would probably be playing Karn in the current metagame. Flagstones is mana fixing? Yes, yes it is. What's it like to be so much worse at magic than my opponent? Feels bad. So they have Dryad. But they're missing the land. That's hella interesting. I don't think Vial is gonna matter too much here. But path in my opponent's stuff is gonna matter a lot, so... I assume that my opponent sided out their Vials. I'm gonna be pathing this Dryad, but I didn't want to do it to enable them to cast Golos, so... That's sad, because there were much stuff I have to purchase for Vial 10 for FNMs and stuff. Oh, brutal. Yeah, I feel ya. I feel ya. I had to buy many cards that I didn't own from this deck in paper. So hopefully they don't have a second Dryad, but there's not much that I can do here. We just have to let this Golos resolve. And with the triggers on the stack, path the Dryad. And if they have a second Dryad, we're gonna get nuked for a bunch. You sold your Vials to build Amulet? Oh, feels bad, man. Smartly, look at that. My opponent goes for the field instead of the other thing. Smart, smart. So I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna draw this tracker And I'm gonna call for Knight of Autumn. Ugh. Yikes. Ah, man. That's the one that I was gonna go get. Pretty unlucky if you ask me. I love how we actually, every single card in play is a legal target for Knight of Autumn there. That's really funny. That's very, very funny. All of these are legal targets for Knight of Autumn. Green, white, draw a card. Yeah. That's exactly what that card reads, apparently. Is Karn actually the way to go for this meta? Yeah, that's what I would go with for sure. If they have Dryad, I'm losing this game anyway, so this is basically a free block. This means that now they can Dryad and play a land and they kill my Courser, but like... Oof. Vomit. At least they don't have Dryad, so that's good for us, I guess. Okay, so what's my sequencing gonna look like here? We have to hold a path. Because we have to pass this Titan, otherwise we're just dead. Just because Samuel is bad MTG doesn't mean it's bad in your current meta. Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. That's definitely true. Usually MTGO moves a lot faster than local metagames. So if the plan is to do something for your local metagame, then Amulet might just be fine. That's a very, very good observation there. Oof. Well, now we're in a lot of trouble. We actually drew every single one of our Temper Gardeners, which is... We'll legit have nothing to go get with these Flagstones, which is the saddest thing ever. So we're gonna play Vial, play Reclaimer. We're gonna Path Titan before attacks. We're not looking good. We're not looking good. Probably don't even need to say that, but... Steve. So one has a zombie army ready to destroy me. Can I keep up? How do I keep up? Yeah, I was gonna say I would definitely serve with the Golos if I were in my opponent's shoes. Like they're super. I don't. This is an attack I don't like. can take 10 here. Yeah, we're gonna have to go the field route here. And I think I'm actually going to draw this Radiant Fountain over here. And I mean, if we... Ooh. Hello there. I imagine my opponent is going to Aptic Blast Zone though. Yep. Oh, we don't have enough to go with a Ghost Quarter, unfortunately for us. So we're probably going to be dead here. And this is probably something that we're forced into doing. We are probably dead though. But the upside of this is better. They're still gonna sack some of the Flagstones and get a bunch of zombies. Yeah, I think we're just dead. I don't think we have outs here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think we're just dead. Yeah, we're just dead. But hey, they whiffed on the Steve activation. Huh? They whiffed on the Steve activation. Hell yeah. I'm going to assume that my opponent is not an idiot and I'm just going to concede this game. Yep. Would it be better to get field and play the land for the extra combo? I think that we had exactly enough lands to not do that. We were exactly 1 land short from doing that. I like this opener. No way opponents need to look at their deck choice, exactly. That's why I packed it in. They assumed they made the right play in deck registration, so I assume that they also are gonna make the right play in game, you know. Oof. If they have a Flag Zones, then we are probably in a considerable amount of trouble here. Yeah, we're in considerable amount of trouble. Oof. Yeah. This is probably better than this in this matchup specifically. Playing around Mind Sensor. Smart. Smart. Either Vial or Tron. I honestly hope that this deck continues to low-key be a meme, so people continue not taking it seriously. Something good? Gross. sabotage my win rate so people will think that deck is bad and then you can come back and smash. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to do. Don't have a Dryad. Alright, so we are super dead now. Super fucking dead. Steve. Second flagstones. Okay. Interesting that they didn't choose to kill my tracker in response. I think that they are probably going to go after my Dryad instead. Fortunately, we have another one, so that's cool. Hopefully they tap their GQ. Well, GQ doesn't change anything, right? We're gonna have enough lands that we're gonna be fine. The only thing that I'm scared of is that it's not inconceivable for my opponent to be able to set up lethal from this stance. Maybe even without needing to play any other cards besides lands. Okay, so they have a Titan, which means that we are effectively dead. If it's Golos, maybe we're not dead, although I still don't like my position. And if it's Titan, then we are dead. But with them getting Castle, it has to be Titan. Maybe they're one short of setting up lethal or something. I doubt it. They have a Ghost Quarter already in play, so... I am representing Path to Exile, though, so maybe they'll play around that. Considering the fact that I'm threatening a Titan myself next turn, maybe they cannot play around that, and they just have to jam, and it's gonna be good. Night of Autumn. So that means that we're not dead, so that's something. Field of the Dead, okay. Block. No, attack me. So I got no 4-drops that I'm drawing towards, so this is going to stay on 3, and so is the other one. Both are gonna chill on 3. Another Reclaimer. Brutal. 1. Keep this. Planes. If they are smart, then we're dead, though. But we have to do this here. Valakut field. So they're just gonna kill my Dryad. It's interesting that they got the castle there, because it would have been better for them to get another flagstones. But I'm expecting my Dryad to die here, so that's why I chose to go with field. Because if they do answer my Dryad and subsequently on my next turn they answer my Titan, I still have a board state, right? I can still fight. We're down 2 Dryads though. We still have a Ladambri's Call. Are we still playing Vestige? No, it was pretty bad. It felt worse than just another copy of Temple Garden. Path my Dryad. That's also bad for us. Yes, always yield. We are in trouble, folks. How insane is that the board state looks like this and we are still behind? Hey, how's it going? Real Eric Benson. Welcome to the stream. Cardboard Live isn't up to date then? It should be. This is the same list that I played yesterday. Isn't it? Huh. Oh no, yesterday I played only 1 league. That's true. Okay. Yeah, let's fix that real quick. Give me a second. What happened here? I'm trying to fix. Oh, they were just trying to activate. Sounds good. Let's export this. I love how every single day I've only had to change the date. Only I've had to change the date for now. They got Sanctuary? That's weird. They just need mana? Well, we are not representing anything, so I'm just gonna have 6. Alright, so that's updated. And I guess that this is now gonna be updated. Ladambri's Call for Titan, that's lethal. We're very close. We were very close. But our opponent has bested us. It's going to be very easy for them to set up a lethal threat from here. Lethal attack. Activate Vial in response to Titan to have them feel the fear. Well, I guess any land drop does it here. Oh, they're going after Titan, so they might not have the land drop needed. Okay. Okay, so they don't have the land. Yeah, I'm definitely trading. Need to make sure that my life total remains as high as possible. So these are gonna stay where they are. And I'm looking for Dryad specifically, or the Number Skull. Tracker. Not worth playing just yet. Suck Clue. Suck Clue. We're running out. Okay. Yeah, now we are actually dead, are we? Because we cannot answer the Dryad. They still have Ghost Quarter. Yeah. All right. Opponent says the deck is sweet. I'm like, yeah, thank you. GG's. Yeah. We're dead now. Rough. We were so close. We were very, very close. Loose in the Mirror is a kind of a bittersweet feeling, if I'm being honest. Notice how I'm 13 minutes ahead. I mean, I don't know how much my opponent has been playing, but it's quite possible that I am more familiar with the deck than my opponent is. Sure. Imagine not playing 2 hours or opponent has a stroke. Punt. Punt on my part. Recent Reef. Okay, so this has to be Storm. Against which this hand is just horrible, so makes me sad. Thalia off the top one time. Thalia. Easy. I don't understand why people say that I'm whitelisted. What do people mean when they say that I'm whitelisted? Why do people say that I'm whitelisted? I don't understand. Yeah, we're probably still pretty dead here, I'm gonna say. I think I'm gonna play the Blast Zone on the off chance that I'm gonna be forced to blow up both of our dorks. Hey Wusa, how's it going? Did I get more emote slots being partnered? Yes, yes I did. So I need to gotta fill those up. Gotta talk to my buddy Ivan. Get those emotes rolling. I have a bunch of emote slots that I'm currently not using. This is no bueno, folks. This is no bueno. This is very, very much no bueno. Electroman on the no attacks, no blocks. state. So I wanted to keep this on 2 and be able to crack it in case my opponent finds another one. Right now, these are canceling each other, so I think that it's not going to be that easy for my opponent to go off from this point. But the second they play a Vial, I'm going to crack this. If they go off with like empty, I don't think I care too much. Gifts ungiven, so we can go with Bujuk Box, so this doesn't really matter too much, really. And again, since these are canceling each other, no real reason to do anything just yet. Attacking into the Vial on 3. Now, the turn where it was definitely not safe for them to attack, that's the turn that they attack. Interesting. Interesting choice. I don't really want to bog them just yet, honestly. So I'll just get what, like a Radium Fountain? Seems so bad. I think I'm just gonna get Valakut, even though I can't get any value from it just yet. But it just makes me drawing a Dryad so much better. I do have Sanctuary in hand to bounce Bog, but like, this is just basically no value at all, right? I'm not really getting any value from exile in this. And bouncing Bog would mean 2 more turns. It doesn't feel like enough value, if I'm being honest. I feel like making my potential draws a lot better is more impactful than exiling these cards that don't make any sense. They kept 2 cards on top. Now that's scary. Something good. One time, let's go. Okay. If we untap with Reclaimer, I think I am gonna call it though. Repeal. Shit. Am I really supposed to crack this? I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna die to Xaxes from a stupid grape shot kill, and I'm gonna be so sad. I'm gonna be so sad when they exactly grape shot me. Bolt? That's not one you see every day in the main deck. Dr. Jack, go back to Vienna, shuffle out my Titan deck. Feels good, man. Just goldfishing, been a while. Oh yeah, it's been a minute, Dr. Jack. But thank you so much for the tier 1 sub for the 9th month in a row. I appreciate it a lot. Yeah, remember when I said that I was gonna get killed exactly? God damn it. Honestly, considering the fact that we drew blanks, I mean, we top decked the Thalia on the perfect turn, obviously, but then after that, we just drew blanks. Yeah. Brutal. If I had 2 more life, would have been fine. Oh no, I guess not. Never mind. 1, 2, 3. Purges. Rhetoric. Mind sensor. Cut this, cut this, cut these. Cut that one. Thalia. Their attack was pretty terrible. If you had 3 drop, they could have blocked and then he could have done. Yes, but I think that my opponent was in desperation mode at that point, right? That's why they... Because, like, if I get to untap, that's it. If I get to untap, they can't win anymore. So I think that it... Even though it looks like a weird attack, like, that is my opponent's out. My opponent's out is for me to have nothing, which is actually what happened. So maybe they drew the right in the Metamorphosis. Yeah, exactly. Just need my balance now. I forget. Don't forget to use your TCG player affiliate link, my friend. You can support the stream for free. Now, the good thing for us is we have a lot of hate post board because this kind of matchup is really bad for us. Inquisitor Jesus with a tier 1 sub for the 8th month in a row. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold, Jesus. Thank you for the support. Go me go. Hell yeah. Go. Auriok Champion is kind of funny against Empty. Empty is just really bad against us. I don't think I would lose to Empty. I don't think I've ever lost to Empty, honestly. Damn, son. I'm gonna keep this one. Interesting. That's hella weird. I'll take it though. Another Reclaimer. Suck this, go get a basic. Go get Sanctuary, bounce, replay. Alternatively, we can call for Thalia. What are the chances I lose on this turn? Probably not very high. I mean, it seems worth it to do it right now. Next turn, we also have Eidolon. We can't play Sphere if we tell it. Yeah, but we don't need to because we're going to have Eidolon next turn. But now my opponent's paying 2 mana to cast the Serum Visions. Why is this art so pixelated? Is this the way that it's supposed to be? Okay. Playing around removal spell this way. Boral. That was your turn. Suck this. Probably gonna get another Flagstones here. Flagstone for Flagstones feels so busted. Busted. I was gonna play the Damping Sphere and then I realized I don't even have to. Plains. Get another Flagstones. Sack Flagstones. Get Temple Garden. Violin. Dryad. Get Valakut. This is so sick. We have lethal next turn. My opponent cannot play more than one spell. Any spell that I play costs them one more. Wow. That was pretty insane. Okay. Green 1 Titan taxes, yeah. How they named the deck in the Reddit post? Illidanris Taxes or something like that? Something... a very, very non-attractive name. So we got turn 2 Thalia here. Tax, the most Italian archetype in Magic. Too real. Too real. What are the chances my opponent's playing Blood Moon? 0, right? They have to be 0-ish. They kind of have to be 0-ish. Too late, Reclaimer. No fetches, no moon as a rule. Yeah, I guess that they could still have Arya. No, we actively want them to play Arya. Don't bolt my Thalia, bro. Green, white, Titan, taxes, kick W. The new meta. Don't bolt me, bro. Alright, no bolt. But my opponent kept 2 cards on top with that Serum Vision, so that's very scary. Electroman. That's kind of a problem. So I need... If we're not already dead, we're gonna need something real good here. I don't think we're gonna get to untap. Okay, so we're just gonna bin all the rituals here, try to... If they have more rituals in hand, or if they metamorphose into a ritual, then we're probably gonna die. But if we get to untap with Reclaimer, we might have a shot. Because we can bog them at instant speed. Yeah, so take ritual, take ritual. But we can't give them the grape shot because otherwise they can just Past in Flame, so. We can't take the grape shot, I mean. That's what I meant to say. An idea for a meme by looking at your Eldritch Reclaimer photo. Yeah, that's a hilarious photo, I love it. Anyone remembers Lord of the Rings when Frodo has the elfin file? Frodo with the file, but with Front's face. I am all about the top tier memes. Brutal. Lock you. Right, but you can bog off the top one time. Bog off the top. Okay, so I'll take that one. Well, I guess that we cannot beat Remand, so... Cannot beat Remand, so let's just do this. And then this. Hashtag sequencing. Did you see that, chat? Hashtag sequencing. It's not a bad top deck. Nope. I'm definitely inclined to agree with that one. Sure. Something good. Awkward. That is probably okay though. What am I doing here? I think I'm Vesuvian Radiant Fountain. And I guess I'm playing a 4-3? I mean, it just trades with their dudes just the same, so I guess I'm just gonna game 4, right? Gifts for 1 mana, poggers. So I imagine they're gonna get like 3 answers to the Eidolon, and then they're gonna go off and kill me. The thing is, do they have 3 answers to the Eidolon? That is the real question. Do they actually play 3 answers? No, they don't. Sick. Alright, so gonna take the Metamorphose and the Serum Visions. So they are pretty desperately looking for why not give them 2 sorceries? Because the Serum Visions digs 3 cards deep. Yeah, I guess this is what we're doing. We have to start pulling ahead. Well, had I known we were gonna draw this, I would have of course gotten the other card instead. So we're gonna get Field and Bujugi Bog here for sure. Do we want to play Valakut? It's 1 more zombie. Sure. I don't think they're going to answer the prime time. Like, if they have enough to answer the prime time, then we're probably going to die. So... there goes the opt. They kept on top, so I'm assuming that they found an answer to this fella. At least a bounce spell. I think that they're gonna have repeal. I could have gotten a second copy of Eidolon, but then we get got by Echoing Truth. So they have to go repeal into just kill me this turn. Because if I get to recast this guy... oh, wait, what? Okay. Not a good draw, but... they kept on top, though. So, Field Blast Zone. I shouldn't have gone a Blast Zone, because we're not going to get to that point. Like, if we get another combat step, then that's probably going to be lethal, so I shouldn't have gotten this. I should have gotten a Celestial Sanctuary to make a dry up top deck into a very good one. No blocks here, or they take their free block, whatever. Oh, we have lethal next turn regardless. So they're probably going to bounce the Eidolon on my end step, and then they're going to win on their turn. Why you not run Boner Syncleave? Enclave, I'm going to just... yeah, there we go. I'm going to answer you with the same question that I answer... I'm going to give you the same answer that I gave everybody that asked me why I'm not writing a card. Number 1, what are you trying to fix? What holes that the deck already has are you trying to fix? Why is it better than any of the other cards that I'm running? And if I were to play it, which card should I need to cut? So those are all the questions that you need to answer. And it always helps as well to know how many games have you played with the deck, because that also is going to affect how much, you know, the amount of games that you have played are going to influence how familiar you are with the deck's like holes and problems. ¿Cómo andas, Pedro? ¿Todo bien? So I think we're just dead here, because they're going to have enough mana for everything. So we're not bottlenecking them on mana. I'm still going to make them kill me, because as of right now, they don't have enough to lethal me with the current storm. I have 24. I'm at, well, now 21 life, and they only have 10. Now I think they do have enough because of the double lightning bolt. Before the double lightning bolt we were fine, but now that they do have the double bolt, that's gonna be enough damage. Alright, GG's. Drawing cards is always the answer. No, when it costs 3 mana and it costs a land slot. Yeah, I don't think Storm is a good matchup for us at all. I think that post board we do have a real shot, like we saw in game 2, but like our draw just was horrible. So we're gonna keep this, and we're gonna bottom the second temple card, I think. I'm gonna go with turn 1 Vial so we can play the Sanctuary on 2. ¿Por qué tu voz una deficiente con el espacial cuando hablas inglés? Es curioso. Ah, la verdad que no tengo idea. No me había dado cuenta, pero puede ser. Alright, so we're playing against a shadow deck, I guess. So, okay. Playing against the shadow deck. We're gonna get to try out those Oriok champions from the sideboard, which is nice. No shadow, no shadow, no shadow. They're also holding a push / dismember. Yeah, we're probably not winning this one. Probably not winning this one. Alright, castle off the top one time, baby. Castle off the top. Let's go. The one of castle. Things that happen when you live for a while in another country, it happens. The accents are different from your native language. Happens to me too. Yeah, it's I'm probably not the only one that this happens to. No TBR. That's cool. Traverse for a basic forest. Okay. Traverse for a real card. Alright, Blast Zone off the top. I will take Blast Zone now. Blast Zone or Castle? Last zone or castle. Let's go. Drawing towards the same things. Last zone or castle. Never lucky. So we're drawing a reclaimer, which is a dead draw. Yeah, we're just dead here. Alright, paths, purges, champions. That's it. Actually, Gargaroth might be okay in this matchup. Thalia, probably a little bit too clunky. Ghost Squatter can probably go. Knight can go in Night of Autumn. Hit him some bad matchups in a row, doesn't feel great. Mirror match, Deck's worst matchup. The mirror match, worst matchup. Iván, después vamos a tener que hablar del tema de emotes, capo. Ahora cuando termine el stream te mando un mensaje. ¿Vas a estar trabajando más tarde o te puedo mensajear? Is this a donation deck? No. This is a very good deck. So they're probably either gonna take the Steve or the Courser. If they have another discard spell, maybe they're gonna take the Steve here. But Dryad is not too great on this board state. Yeah, Courser makes sense. Who were my previous opponents? I lost in the mirror match, and I lost. That's a good one for them to not know about. And I lost against Storm. Salta inglés en español, pareciera que tiene un acento argentino que hacen en las películas, porque soy argentino, por eso. Right, so gonna get a forest here. Alright. They have nothing? Charin 21, thank you for the follow. Charin. Pog. Gente flipa con el deck, jugarlo en físico, ver las cartas de la gente tiene que ser mágico, sin ni hablar. No me puedo aguantar, loco. Hace un montón que tengo muchas ganas de ver, de ver qué onda la gente. If I go up with Vial, there's no turning down. I think I'm gonna do it though, because like I'm not guaranteed to find a land. Have you ever played Titan Bridge before? Yes, I have. In fact, back in 2016, before I started playing Amulet again, I actually did some innovations in Magic Online. Like my list was actually the stock Titan Bridge list, which was a funny thing. Goifo. So I'm not gonna path here. My opponent is struggling on mana a little bit. And I don't want to fix that for them. Particularly if they're playing cards like K-Command and stuff. And I don't care too much about the damage. Pretty good deck that plays Titans and Amulet. Should try it sometime. Sounds promising. Tarmogoyf. Just purchased all Titan Shift staples in paper. Can't wait for Celsius to be over, where I still can get some practice with it. Yep. Good stuff. Have you ever Vialed in a Primeval Titan, chat? I don't think I can recommend it enough. I don't think I can recommend it enough. Just get Vesuva, I guess. Opponent doesn't want to play anymore. If I ever pop in Portugal, you should have tried Francesinha. And of course I join as soon as Violent 6. Hell yeah. Sometimes you just gotta Violent 6, you know what I'm saying? No Summoner Respect? Nope. Non-believer. Have you ever ran Dwarven Mines in Titan Shift meta base before? No, because the cards... First of all, I have not played the deck since that card has been legal. And also, the only reasons to run those cards is because of the effects that have been printed lately. In red, they printed a new... What's his name? They printed a new... I always forget the name of this card. What's the name of that stupid card? Polymorph in red. But honestly, if you ask me, it sounds like a pretty bad card. Wait, what? Confuis, thank you for the follow. Sambo Haiku Green Red Titan Shift deck Polymorph. Sounds fun. Sounds fun and silly. Which are like my favorite kind of decks. I'm definitely gonna be taking this turn to drop the Oriok Champ. With both polymorphs, red and blue. Yeah, I mean, people really like to go hella deep. I don't mind that though. Trucker down. Elevator going up. I guess the Cyber Prowess is still just a bad matchup for it. I mean, it's a Prowess is probably the single best deck in the format, so probably we should not be disregarding decks because they are bad against Prowess, you know. Considering most decks are bad against Prowess. Second Goif. Definitely pathing this one. You may follow Fluffy Wolf, but he recently below the represent deck running back, so the Tabernacle on Torrency was fun. Watching the 263 burn upon. Yeah, I follow Fluffy. We both of us were together in the Modern Streamers League earlier this year. It was fun. Fluffy is a really cool dude. So we just Violin Ewit, get back path, pass the Goif. Start swinging. Steel Violin Titans? Why would I stop? I like making money, so why would I stop Violin Titans? Just snapped off the ramming up there. Drew the third Goif. Brutal. So you keep this one in 3, move this one up 2. Rewarded. Double rewarded. Oh no, they're able to push my Courser because foo. The foo emote. On the plus side though, we're winning this race very handily. We are drawing a blank though, so that sucks. No blocks. So they have to have exactly the 4th Goif. Oh, fuck! Really? Brutal. Lurus? That's... not a very smart move, opponent. They knew about this purge. Why would they do that? So we die to exactly TBR or another Goif off the top. Alright, so they drew either TBR or another Goif off the top. You have to be kidding me. Wow, really? Opponent punts astronomically. They punt astronomically and we get punished by them top decking one of the 3 cards that matter out of their deck of 38. After we drew blank after black from like, I don't know how many turns in a row. Feels bad, man. They probably forgot about the trigger and thought they'll have priority. Yes, but like the best that they can do, we exiled both of their previous Goifs, so they, like, best case scenario was like they get to draw a random card. Which seems worse than... This is not a great hand, but I'm gonna keep it. Depending on what we're playing against. Because we're playing against Tron. I'm gonna go with the turn 1 Reclaimer. Maybe they play 3 Goifs. I really doubt it. Like, if you're playing Goif, you're just going all in, I would assume. Untap land. Okay. We're probably gonna go get a Ghost Squatter here so we can use Vesuva to copy the Ghost Squatter. So if they are turn 3 Karn, we're gonna be dead. But anything barring exactly turn 3 Karn, we should be fine. Yeah, we can beat this. So they didn't fetch for anything, they just had the natty Tron, so I'm gonna go with this. Sim Sick MTG, thank you for that follow. Gotta be honest, I'm confused with this deck is trying to do, no offense. Non-taken. Most people that look at this deck, they don't understand what the deck is about. Don't take any offense. But if you haven't played any single match with the deck, then yeah, it's a tough deck to theory craft. You see, there are decks out there that you can kind of like look at them and you're like, oh yeah, so this is what this deck is trying to accomplish. This one definitely does not fall into that category. Definitely does not fall into that category. If they're not going to be using their mana, they probably should not play the tower. Let's play 3 Vesuva to copy Tron. That's some 5-hit move right there. Okay, so the best draw would be exactly Flagstones, because Flagstone allows us to actually get ahead in mana. We have not been able to pull ahead in mana this game, which has been why we have fallen behind. Is this a ballista? That would be messed up. ¿Por qué la torre se rompe de tierra? Porque si justo pueden buscarse la torre y bajarla son 3 manás en vez de 2. Sí, entiendo esa teoría, pero no. La gente toma esa teoría de manera absoluta y eso simplemente no es verdad. Eso es si esperás que el oponente use ese maná de alguna manera. Si la gente no va a estar usando ese maná, entonces eso no es correcto, Pedro. Y al destruir la torre, básicamente le sacás tierras que hacen más maná, ¿entendés? The synergies are strange to me, that's all, so it's like it's a mid-range Titan deck in essence. No, it's a mid-range Reclaimer deck, and that is one of the main things that people confused all the time with this deck. We're not a Titan deck. We're a Reclaimer deck that plays Titan. But yeah, I'm gonna tell you how many silly suggestions I've gotten for people that have never played the deck and don't understand how it works. Oh, whoa, that was their top deck? Alright. Sometimes you just have to accept when you've been beaten by the superior player. Well, the name of the deck is false advertising? Yes, exactly. It's all to trick people into thinking that stuff that doesn't matter is actually important, so I can then farm them with my superior deck building skills. Man, I'm still kind of tilted from that Death Shadow matchup. Reclaimer featuring Titan. Yeah, that would be more accurate, actually. Sure. So this hand beats any non-turn 3 Karn hands. It's gonna struggle a little bit against the turn 3 Karn hand. But this hand has something that the other hand didn't allow us to do, which is to get a hit on mana. Like, this hand is pretty good at getting a hit on mana, because we can Reclaimer on 1, turn 2 we can Steve, and from there we actually can get a hit on mana. So Ghost Squattering is not going to be as costly as it was in the previous game. Alright, my opponent is a Master, and they have turn 3 Tron. If we draw Ghost Squatter, we could still be fine. I think we have to go for Steve though. Yep, turn 3 Tron. You're gonna name Reclaimer? That would actually be kind of sick if they named Reclaimer. Ghost Squatter. Knight of Autumn. So this has to mean that they have the Natty Tron, right? That just has to be true. Yeah, I'm just gonna Dryad here. And now this forces... If they have turn 3 Karn, they're gonna be forced into killing my Dryad here. I guess killing my Valakut could also be an option. Alright. Alright, if this is what they have, then we're fine. So any untapped land basically gives me lethal. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, so... Call for another Dryad. Play Dryad. Alright, my body is ready for them to have Ugin or Karn or whatever. What happened? Sometimes you just... I mean, you have to even things out, right? Every now and then. And I have gotten not very lucky this league, and my opponents have gotten very lucky. It happens sometimes. I'm not too attached to the result. Could have showed them who runs Barter Town. I don't even know what that is, but that sounds important. So they actually might need to Blast Zone here, because if we untap, unless they have something else that's better, like a Nugain or whatever. They have a Nugain or a Karn. Yeah, there's the Karn. Opponent's too good. Opponent is too good. Flagstones. That's an interesting one. What did I lose? I lost to Tron. I lost to Storm, to John Shadow, and to the Mirror. Those were my 3 losses. Plus on me. You got it. Wood versus was the mirror? No, the actual mirror. This deck has nothing to do with Titan Shift, has nothing to do with Amulet. This is a completely different deck. This is Titan Vial. And the mirror was against Titan Vial. Okay. So the opponent does some cantripping and stuff. Sylvan's Scrying. Probably gonna get Blast Zone. I've never seen this before. I didn't know it was a thing. It's been a thing. Some Black wrote an article on it. Reduke featured it in CFB. They have Sanctum. So we're probably dead here. That probably means that they have exactly one more business spell. Not much to do here. We can make a lot of zombies next turn. So if they don't draw something good in their top 2 cards, we're gonna be fine. So they need to draw a No Stone, a Mog. Wormcoil we can beat probably fairly easily. Scavenger Grounds doesn't matter. And why would they play it preemptively is an interesting question too. Lost the mirror, that is disrespectful Padawan. Yeah, they drew a little bit better than we did. Alright, so they drew the Mog, so we're just gonna die here. Yeah. But we're fine until this point. We were fine until this point. They want to sack one of these. I think so, because it being in the graveyard means if I top deck exactly ramming up this turn, we still get to get a zombie army going. Its exposure has been high. Yeah, it's been high-ish. What are we gonna need here? If I were my opponent, I would probably just minus on the field. They plus on nothing. Okay, so if we top deck Dryad, so Dryad would have been a really solid top deck there, probably game winning actually. Yeah, we would have won if we had drawn Dryad, because they would have taken 6 damage, and then we would have played the Dryad, sack this, go get, yeah, we would have won the game if Eladamber Skull or Dryad would have been lethal there. What else? Raminap would have been interesting. Probably would have just bought some time. Not much more than that though. I think we're dead here. This is 10, 11, so we can bog them to prevent them from casting Emrakul. That's kind of our only available line. Oh no, we can't because I signed out my Bojuki Bog. Yikes. Yikes. All right, so I have exactly one more draw step towards exactly Dryad, right? So we attack with everything here. They take 2 blocks. 3 goes through. That's 6 down to 14. Yeah, seems worth it to attack. ¿Cómo va el mazo contra las Band Control y Blue White? Bien. Generalmente jugás un partido parejo. Yeah, E-Wit would have also been lethal. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, E-Witness would have also been lethal. We did have a reasonable amount of draws there that would have won. It's definitely tough to beat, you know, like turn 3 Wormcoil plus Dismember into turn 4 Karn. Definitely not easy to beat. We can't go Squatter. There's a Spyglass naming Go Squatter. Wait, what? What's going on right now? So we're gonna look whether both Dryads are there. No. So Ewit is gone, but both the Dryad and what's his name are still alternatives. So this is 13 damage. They can minus for a ballista. That's gonna be 3, 6, 7. I'm trying to think if these 2 mana are going to matter. Do we have another thing to go get with this? Because that's going to be important. The bounce line is still in the deck. Temple Garden, Temple Garden. So the Temple Garden. Okay, so we have nothing to go fetch with Flagstones. We have nothing to go fetch with Flagstones. This is 10, 13 down to 4. 3, 6. I think I'm just gonna block here because of Walking Ballista. Because if they have land into Ballista, we actually die. And Snare and Bridge. So now they lock themselves out of Ulamog. Okay, so if we draw... Yeah, so if we draw Dryad or Eladamir Skull, we actually win this game. Dryad or Eladamir Skull. So my opponent punted this game beyond belief. They did everything wrong. Like, they minused on a zombie that was completely irrelevant. They should have minused here if they weren't going to minus. They played Karn minus for Bridge instead of Emrakul, even though they know that we're playing Dryads. But they still did not get punished. It's been a men's day off today, kind of. Like, our opponent is playing poorly and not getting punished by it. Not much that we can do about it. Not much that can be really done about it. Sometimes it's not in the cards. Oh, come on, really? They're even gonna let me attack with the zombies now? Oh, come on, opponent, jeez. ¿No sentís que el Mind Sensor llega tarde contra Tron? ¿Se podría cambiar por un Beast Within para luchar contra Tron y Ashiok? No, no tenés mucho. Primero que nada, no tenés mucho problema contra Ashiok. Segundo que nada, podés ir a buscarlo al Mind Sensor, no podés ir a buscar el Beast Within. Y tercero, no esperás que. O sea, básicamente nunca esperás que el Mind Sensor llegue antes de que tu oponente consiga Tron. Sino que esperás que el Mind Sensor llegue para que, cuando lo empieces a hacer Ghost Quarter, para que no lo pueda asamblar. Ahí va, asamblar. Hate people with orange. I don't hate people. No, that's just not true. And I don't know, my opponent might be having. I don't like calling people dumb. I'm just saying that my opponent. I'm just pointing out all of my opponent's mistakes, basically. So if you are playing Tron, you know how to beat my deck, basically. And I'm pointing out all the stuff my opponent's doing wrong so that you don't make those mistakes, basically. But, yeah. So at this point they are walking Ballista, though, so now it actually doesn't matter. What turn is it? Turn 9. Alright. I know when I'm beat. Rough League. It's one of those. Sometimes I make very silly, stupid mistakes, and I don't get punished by them. This one was the exact opposite. I felt like I played pretty well overall, and my opponents made all the stupid mistakes, and they did not get punished. Shout out to the only modern streamer out there keeping primetime Vial able. Exactly. Thank you for the sub, Ifena. Appreciate it. 16 months. Thank you. Live by the Vial, live by the Vial, die by the Vial, indeed. I want to run the list again. Well, first of all, thank you for watching if you're watching on YouTube. I appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.